So the United States is a stupid, dysfunctional freak show. You know, when you're born, it's like the George Carlin line. When you're born, they should say, "Welcome to the freak show." And if you have to be born in the United States, you have a front row seat. This is a really sick, fucked up place. And if anyone watching this does not live in the United States, I will tell you, you don't want to come here. This is a sick empire in decline, and there are certain cultural phenomena that happen in the United States that I'm not sure really happen other places of the world, especially affluent places. One of the big things that happens in the United States is abuse in school and school bullying, to the point where we have children not just say who are depressed or cutting themselves, we have children killing themselves. And then things like post-traumatic stress disorder and really fucking people up for life. Uh, so when these school shootings happen, the interesting thing is they happen at school, or we have people going to school. They're not killing people randomly in the middle of the street. They're not going to the mall. You know, they're not killing their family. You know, there's lots of places you can go to kill people. And yes, it happens other places. But there's something about these people going to school to kill random students. I wonder, what the trigger could be. Could it, no, there's no mystery here. Kind of think about this Motionless in White song reincarnate with these lyrics. You pull the trigger just for fun, forgetting I'm a loaded gun. And what happens is when you take people and put them under a peculiar type of abuse of social ostracification and ridicule, and humans being the social beings that we are, there's a kind of really deep level of emotional scarring that happens when you take a child who's 5, 6, 7, 8, and try them through those in the teenage years, having them know that they are a worthless piece of shit who should kill themselves. And that's a lesson from everyone, and everyone hates them. There's a kind of sickness that you instill in them. And they are an object of ridicule, and treating them like garbage is just for fun. And making them feel that they should kill themselves is just for fun. And when they do kill themselves, it is for fun, and you can go online and look at stories of children who kill themselves, and then the bullies still laugh. But you are fucking around with a loaded gun. And, you know, fine, almost every time this happens, that object of ridicule is going to take it upon themselves to then torture themselves, which is what I did. But you're going to have those people who are going to go and take out their fucking revenge. And when you mix this social ossification, this abuse, this torture, not just in the hands of children, but the adults who stand by and watch it happen and, if anything, endorse it, and undoubtedly take these people and put them on mind-altering psychiatric drugs, what the fuck do you expect to happen? But the United States is a freak show, and this is a very sick, cruel country. The people here, there's something really wrong with them. They are, this is an extremely narcissistic country. People only care about themselves, but at the same time there's all this hubris of self-congratulatoriness going on in the United States. The United States is the greatest country on earth. God bless America. On TV, Americans like to tell themselves all the time how great they are and how great this piece of shit country is. What is a piece of shit country that treats each other like shit? No, even if you look at our obsession with punishment, if you look at the so-called criminal justice system, our slave system, the United States is this massive slave country. We're more slaves now than before the Civil War. They're just in prison. This obsession with punishment and torturing people, making sure other people, it's always the other, gets what they deserve. Wars against homeless people because they're just shit who should probably kill themselves also. And then, taking this violence and, spreading it around the world, bombing people around the world, drones or torture. This is a really sick place. So the United States sort of reaps what it sows. So when you see school shootings, there's no surprise, what it is. And there's so many fucking idiots out there who just use this to capitalize on whatever their agenda is, because this is capitalism. So you just have to sell your product. I'm a naturopathic doctor, but when I go online, I see people presenting about natural health and how we have to give people fish oil and whatever, treat depression naturally. It's like, that's just the level of marketing that's going on in the United States. No one is going to schools and shooting up 17, plus people because they didn't have enough omega-3 fatty acids, as much as I guess that helps brain function. But giving people DHA and GPC and those sort of things, and some carnitine and carnoseed, and helping the brain function better, does not negate the extreme amount of abuse that goes on in this country. So it's the freak show. And all the political dialogue is stupid. This country has hundreds of millions of guns. You're not going to just get rid of the guns. So now there's a debate on gun control laws, which totally, bypasses all the systemic ways this country is completely sick and dysfunctional. And it's so wrong to think about things from a reductionistic perspective, to say, well, the problem is the guns. Well, obviously, if there were no guns or people didn't have access to them, then this wouldn't happen. Or it would be harder for it to happen. Yeah, people could get swords or bows and arrows, but it's pretty hard to just go around murdering people left and right, with your sword or whatever, or your knife. I mean, if anyone's fired an AR-15 weapon like I have, there's a lot of punch and power, in that thing, and you don't want to get hit by those rounds. They will shred your fucking flesh. But it's not about gun control, but yeah, in theory, if there were no weapons, this wouldn't happen. But you're not going to control the guns because there's too many out there. And then, with new technology and 3D printing, that's just that's not a complete assessment of the situation. But our reductionistic crap on TV that I try to avoid, is incapable of thinking about things in terms of systems. It's just there to entertain people, and these political football topics are just entertainment to sell crap on TV. So that's the whole gun control debate is about, because it's not really about anything. It can go on forever. So it's great to have gun control and abortion because we can just discuss it forever to the end of time. There are some valid points, I guess, on each perspective and whatever. But you're not looking at this from a systemic point of view. I guess if you really want to stop this, yeah, you can get rid of social inequality. That would be a driving force behind violence. You can get rid of school bullying. Well, you really can't. Like, in theory, like, you could, but in order to get rid of it, you'd have to ask why this country is so fucking cruel, and why children learn from a very early age to hate each other and to torture each other. And why children learn that if you have say a grade of 100 people, it's okay to take a single person like me and make sure that everyone every single day treats me like garbage and tells me that I should kill myself one way or another, because that's what I lived through, and that's what many other people live through. So why does that happen? How come no one is really addressing that issue? So where does the cruelty come from in the United States? No one really wants to look at that. Is it our economic system, our obsession with laissez-faire capitalism? Maybe that's part of it. Is it our blame the victim culture? Is it just fun to hate other people? Because from what I was told from people in other countries, going to school elsewhere is not like it is in the United States. You don't have all the cruelness, at least not, and so that's about it. Why did I say so fucked up? But and why do we have this stupid freak show going on? Like, do people really care about these TV debates? do people really care about this? It's so fucking boring. Don't people want to address real problems? But the thing is, when you look at this from a systemic perspective, this country is just completely fucked because our economic system is shit and our culture is shit. Our environment is fucking falling apart. People here are so stupid. I have to say that. Who's a fucking president? Uh, Whatever. We should give teachers guns. Like, this is the level of discourse in the United States. Should we ban all weapons, ban these assault rifles, which you're not really going to do? It's not going to be able to do that. Or should we give teachers weapons to shoot back? Or should we just arm everyone? This is not intelligent conversation here. Um, I think, well, the United States needs to face the reality of how sick it is. And maybe if we had that discussion and people said, why do our schools and our families produce children who grow up to go to school and murder a bunch of people? How come that question doesn't come up? It's always them. It's always you. It's always you're the sick person. It's them. It's the other. It's never yourself. Why don't people look at these schools and be like, what did all the other students there do so someone wanted to go there and shoot them? How come that question is rarely, asked? Like, of course. Okay, well, anyway, I just going to end this making a note about the American Freak Show. Maybe 100 people will watch this video. At least 100 people or so watch my videos. You seem to like them, encouraging me to make more videos for the same 100 people to watch, except the free market libertarian, so I think I should just block from my channel. I can make more crap about Jordan Peterson. I can easily link Jordan Peterson to school shootings now that I think about it, because he's such a real sick, crazed, lunatic who hates empathy, and he makes lectures about how everything is about your personal responsibility and you all have to carry your personal cross, and if your life is fucking shit, then, well, life isn't fair, so that's just the way it is. Like, there's such a lack of empathy. I know he's from Canada, but it seems that there would be an appeal for lots of Americans to have some type of really sick, deprived psychologist, give them all this, Cold War propaganda, remade into modern, voodoo psychology, basically how great they are. That's what Jordan Peterson is. Maybe we can make that video, because I can analyze him more. Or maybe I could just stop. I don't know. Anyway, that's it. Bye.